successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
What's up, people? Welcome to a little Metal Gear Solid The Phantom Pain FOB action. This is not part of the... You really can't... I wouldn't consider this part of the Let's Play. Not at all. You know, this is action. It's multiplayer action, but it's played against the AI. It's almost like a tower defense, tower assault type of gameplay, you know, where my opponent has built up a base of several platforms. In this instance, 3, and I need to try and infiltrate to the core of the last platform. And if I can get there, then I capture some of his resources and some of his staff members join my team. You know, and of course I earn cash for it as well. And there's also resources. I mean, you can see right there. There's some freight containers out there on the platform that I can airlift out, and you'll see that happen. And I can airlift out, you know, mounted guns and mortars and various items like that. And I can actually airlift out staff should I take them alive, guardsmen that are actually on the platform if they're decent enough. I don't take any of the men. I don't think I take any of the men. I don't remember taking any of them. A lot of them were just run-of-the-mill A ranks, and at this point, A ranks is kind of standard for me, so there was nothing too special out there worth grabbing. So I wanted to get this video up just as a bit of a, not really a lead-in to the series, because it really has nothing to do with the first few videos or anything like that. It's just I just wanted to let y'all know what you can expect from this walkthrough when it does start. For those of you that are interested in it, of course, you know. Because there's an awful lot going on in this game. At this point, I'm not quite through the entire single-player main set of missions involved in the single-player, but I'm really close, you know. And at this point, I mean, I can highly recommend this title. I think anybody that's seen any footage or is familiar with the series, familiar with this game, or have played it will agree. You know, it's a pretty solid title. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to do out there. You know, we're looking at 46 main missions, I think is what the count is, even though there are some repeats along the way where you're challenged a little bit harder on a few of the missions. On a handful of them, you know, it'll be more of a survival type of gameplay. Where the objectives are a little bit more difficult, the AI is a little bit harder, and you're equipped with fewer items at your disposal, fewer means of support for your assault on that target. So yeah, there's a little bit of repeat action at the tail end through the second chapter. Of missions that were being played in the first chapter, but on the whole, the single player campaign, at least what I've played of it, I mean, if it had just been the one chapter, that would have been enough for me. You know, that was a great time. But there's even more. There's more, and I mean, that doesn't have a lot of relevance, especially if you haven't played the game yourself and you're not too familiar with it. But you know, chapter 1 I think was like 30 of the 46 main missions. And so there was a lot going on there, and it was a great story, and and I've missed out on some stuff as well. I just wanted to clear that up before the series started rolling. I have not played Ground Zeroes, and again, for those of you that are familiar with the series and with this game in particular, you'll probably know that Ground Zeroes was a precursor to the Phantom Pain, which is what you'll see here on the channel. And I remember when Ground Zeroes released, I had a few friends on Steam that were, you know, singing its praises, that were asking me if I was going to get it, and I just thought, for the amount they were charging for it, I just thought it was like a demo of the game, you know, where we were getting a restricted area, that there wasn't a lot of gameplay to be had. And I just thought, I didn't, you know, I haven't been a huge supporter of this series. This is really the first game in the series I've played from start to finish, and I feel like I've missed out because of that now at this point, you know, because I had such a great time with, not only with the gameplay, but with the story as well, you know. It really is an enjoyable experience. So no, I never had any plans of getting Ground Zeroes, and I didn't really realize the impact. I didn't understand the impact that you know, that demo or that lead-in to the Phantom Pain. I didn't realize the impact it would have on this game, you know. I didn't realize it was going to have such a severe impact on on the story. You know, I thought it was really just a demo to go in and see what the game had to offer, what the larger game was going to have to offer. I thought it was more or less just a slice of what was to come, you know. But in fact, it was setting up the story for the Phantom Pain in many ways, in some regards. So, and that wasn't made clear to me until, you know, recently in the walkthrough. So a lot of that is just lost in the commentary, you know, throughout the series that you'll see if you're planning to tune in and watch it. So I wanted to let you all know that yes, I was unfamiliar with the story of Ground Zeroes, even when it was playing out in front of my eyes in like memories. I thought it was referencing like an older title in the series, you know, when in fact it was the Ground Zeroes portion of Metal Gear Solid 5. Anyway, so I wanted to get that said and out of the way, and I also wanted to let y'all know what you can expect, because there is a lot going on in this game. You know, 46 main missions, over 150 side quests. We've got this stuff here, the forward operating base action, which is online multiplayer, tower defense, tower assault style of gameplay, and there's also Metal Gear Online, which I think is the more conventional style of multiplayer gameplay, where there are teams competing for objectives, or you know, for a deathmatch or something. I'm not really sure, because I have yet to play the Metal Gear Online. I've only spent some time with the FOB side of things, so. But I plan to at least try it out. Whether you'll see much of that here on the channel, I can't say. I've decided with this series in particular, and maybe with future titles here on the channel, that I would stop focusing so heavily on, you know, doing so much of the gameplay, and try and, you know, focus in on the, you know, do a little bit more editing, edit out some of the more mundane menu stuff and development stuff, because there is some base building here that takes place, you know. Obviously, I need to spend time assigning staff and spending my resources on platforms and building up my base and developing weapons and upgrading them constantly, you know. There's a lot of that goes on at Mother Base and in the aerial command center, the chopper, throughout the game, that I have left on the cutting room floor. I've cut a lot of that out. So, but the core story is going to be there. I also didn't spend a lot of time doing too many of the side quests. There was a little bit of it peppered throughout the Let's Play so far. But it's been minimal. We're nowhere near the 150. We're probably not even anywhere near 10% of that, you know. Maybe a little, maybe close to 10%, but, you know, not much more beyond that. I mean, a lot of those missions were just prisoner extractions and blueprint recoveries and stuff like that, you know. Nothing too major. Nothing too important in the grand scheme of things. And in the past, I thought I needed to mention that, because in the past on the channel, I've spent a lot of time in the Let's Plays and the walkthroughs that I have done. I've spent a lot of time, you know, maybe not reaching the 100% completion on a game, but certainly doing much more than a lot of other people do on YouTube, you know, as far as content goes towards their Let's Play. A lot of people will just focus on the main story or campaign or quest line, and I always I feel like I went a little bit, took it a step further. But in this title, because there's already so much content in the main story, I thought I would just cut a lot of that out, and I would try and keep myself from getting too sidetracked with all the side content available out there. Now, for people that might be interested more in the multiplayer side of things than the single-player walkthrough that's going to be rolling out here, starting tomorrow on the channel. I don't know how much multiplayer content I will get to. You're not going to see anything for Metal Gear Online anytime soon, you know. I'll probably sit down, and you'll probably see a few of these missions peppered in as the weeks go on, and you may see a little Metal Gear Online where it's team-oriented gameplay, but at some point. But don't look to see that, or don't expect that anytime soon. You know, it would be several weeks off, probably somewhere near the tail end of the actual Let's Play. So if that's what you're looking forward to, I'm gonna try it out, and we'll see how see how it plays and see how much I enjoy it. But I wouldn't, I wouldn't if that's what you're expecting. I mean, it's just not going to happen right now anyway, And at this point, because I've spent so much time in Metal Gear recently, I'm looking forward to kind of wrapping up the main story and getting the last of the editing done and stuff for the for the episodes, and moving on to some other stuff here for the channel as well. So and just stepping back from the game for a little bit. So you may never see any of the Metal Gear Online action, But I will certainly make an effort to check it out, and if I feel like I'm enjoying it, I'm sure you'll see a little bit, I think that's pretty well everything I wanted to touch upon. Just, it's funny because I don't usually do, or I haven't done the Let's Plays like this in the past, where I did most of the gameplay prior to releasing any of the content, any of the videos. So it's like hindsight is kind of eating away at me now, because there are things I look back at and I can think back to the commentaries and the things that were lost on me, that I'm in the dark about who certain characters are, because I'm not a longtime fan of the series, but I'm a new fan of the series, that's for damn sure. Unfortunately, will the series continue? Well, I don't know. I'm sure it will continue in some form, but without the what's his name, Kojima at the helm, well, it may not be the same experience, right? We'll see. But yeah, at the hindsight of it all, and seeing, just the stupidity in some of my commentary when I just didn't know who was who, with a few characters in particular. I thought I would just release this video, touch upon a few of the other things, and maybe explain that as well. You're free, feel free, of course you're free to clarify my errors if you know better and you are a longtime fan of the series. So be patient if you're looking forward to tuning in and you have played this game and you are a longtime fan of the series. Be patient with my ignorance of the story, because everybody's got to start somewhere, right? Anyway, I appreciate y'all stopping in for this vid. Again, it has no real impact on the Let's Play. This is really just a standalone tower assault, and I'll let the rest of the video play, or I'll let the rest of the assault play out. You can see I'm I'm not really shooting for strong stealth here. No, but I'll let the rest of this play out, and that's not true throughout the Let's Play. If stealth's your thing and that's what you like seeing, it starts off a little slow with me, but eventually, I start to really feel at home, controlling Snake out there and doing my thing. So if you're looking forward to this Let's Play that I have been working on for the channel, it should start rolling out tomorrow, and I hope to see you there. But of course, and as always, until then, remember why it hurts. Later on.
Extraction failed. Extraction failed. Extraction failed.
This is Delta 4. No further enemy movement. Order strike.
Clouds approaching.
Understood. Get out immediately. Give us sit rep. Out. Staying on alert. Over. This is CP. Understood. Keep your guard up. Out. CP, this is Delta 4. Heard an explosion. Location unclear. Over. This is CP. Understood. It could be an enemy attack. All units, stay alert. Out. Understood. We are under attack. All units on alert. Out. Delta 2, our resources have been stolen. Probable intruder. Please advise. Over. This is CP. Understood. Titan security and find the intruder. Out. CP, this is Delta 9. An enemy got to one of us. I just found his body. Over. This is CP. Understood. Further losses are unacceptable. Keep your eyes open. Out.
You all right?
Mission successful.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Boss, the rival PF knows who we are. Better step up FOB security in case they retaliate.